kind of often. But we need a new plan.
A new plan, you say?
Well, the one station we found that we could actually hit with this thing, what happened to it? We smashed it to pieces, we barely caught the wreck, and we got almost nothing from it.
Why don't we hunker down for a little bit?
Okay, and by which you mean, what, back to the station?
Well,
No. I mean,
it's been a while since we've been planet side.
we are kind of lacking some resources, though. There's some credence in seeing if we can smack this thing into something.
We are lacking all sorts of stuff. Let's be real.
Cobalt, gold, silver.
Platinum.
No, ice is not exactly a high priority.
You really think we can land the Vanguard on planet?
Not on a proper planet, no.
Yeah, not without these two thrusters at least.
But we could drop a massive chunk of steel. Whether it survives the journey down is debatable.
You're talking about the man who proposed landing a capital ship on a planet with parachutes?
I might be thinking what you're thinking I'm thinking. I don't know. What do you think I'm thinking or you're thinking that I'm thinking that you're thinking? You are thinking what I'm thinking I'm thinking. Yes. We find a place for the Vanguard. Power the thing down. No one's gonna be able... Well, someone would have to be really damn lucky to find it. Just a completely powered off ship in the middle of nowhere.
That's
Well, it'd be a nice test, wouldn't it? Get the hell away from the ship for a little while and see if we get left alone. I see a little blip incoming. It's a text bar. And that there is our last crew member, I believe. Well, I see nothing wrong with this plan. Okay, I'm not sure you want me to report on how fast we're going.
Yeah, especially given that altitude.
Correct. Clench your butts, ladies and gentlemen. It is time.
Goodness gracious.
What else is there to do? Saddle the brown pants. There it is.
Oh, boys, bring me my brown pants.
Deploy parachutes.
No, I'm out.
Oh, that don't sound good.
I'm down.
Oh, I'm still in. Will the parachutes work?
I'm not entirely sure how much is left of the miner, but I'm still in it, and it's still got power. I don't have an ore detector anymore, I can tell you that much.
A little bit.
Speed's going... Hey, I think we got shoots because speed's coming way down.
Yeah, we got shoots.
Shoots have deployed.
Yep.
Guys, we might survive this crazy idea. We're going to be upside down.
There's nothing I can do about it.
Nose is touched. I'm just be glad to be on the ground, to be honest. And alive.
You know what?
What?
Looking back at this, where we are now, I'm not surprised they're getting good ratings out of this. I don't recall any scene like this on Vanguard.
Not the rover that's tilted over text, it's you.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, God.
I
didn't
got
do
off
that.
of that just in time. That was not me either.
What happened there?
Come on, baby. Come back on your feet.
Nope, it's going to go on its back. Somehow I don't see that working quite so well here. Then again,
Yeah.
no, the center of gravity still. I keep pushing it.
I know I was about to roll over totally myself, but
Yeah.
I've got the strength to do it. I just need to give it the
Okay,
right
get out of
amount
there.
of tip.
There you go.
Another flawless launch of a rover.
I feel challenged now.
This is gonna end well. Is that your rover flying? Because that seems cheating.
How's it?
You got your detector turned up?
Yep.
Then carefully forwards we shall go, I guess.
Oh, good news. By the way, struck it rich. Ice out here.
Sweet. I get the distinct impression we may have not gone the best direction. I mean, aren't we just... We saw this from space. Aren't we just heading into a massive, light field of ice?
Yeah, massive ice lake.
We should probably have gone the other way.
Should we stop and choose a different direction?
I mean, doesn't help that we can't see anything. Lots of blue.
Which also begs the question as to why we're being jumped right now.
Well, because he's bored. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Ice communication station.
Interesting.
I-core.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me to be careful, and then text just goes flying right in. I don't think they've got beer
I
here.
think
at the
you'd
communications
established
station.
it. Wow, look at him go.
Yeah,
Man,
right in. Okay, there is a there's a turret on this vehicle. Property of the Iron Empire on the back bumper. Almost looks like missiles on it.
There's some cargo containers down here and some funky little device. I have no idea what it does though. It almost looks like an old style, whatchamacallit, nuclear reactor?
this place is... Yeah, intriguing.
I mean,
Is
they're
it
not
a
exactly
still?
the most comfortable.
With the pipes on it and stuff? It could be.
No, like I said, it looks like an old style,
It's got warning written
water
on the side of
reactor,
it.
you
Could
know.
be a still.
it's like an old style, water nuclear reactor. Or maybe one of those molten salt jobbies?
Like the salt reactor, yeah. I think we've got plenty of that around here. I guess we'd take it with us and figure it out later, because...
I don't know what it's doing out here. I mean,
You all set?
yep.
On my count. In. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Arrow down.
Yep.
Alright. It'll take me 2 runs to get all
This
the
is
parts. Yep.
Barrel, go back and help if you can.
Yep.
You on board?
Yep, I'm on board.
I see hostile targets.
Yeah, Thunderhogs. Doesn't look like I-Core's immediately gone hostile on us.
Oh, mission successful, boys.
Yep.
So far, at least. We'll see how it ends. Shall we continue? I don't particularly like being out in the middle of nowhere without having got these
no.
parts back yet.
Yeah, it seems
No.
Thunderhog's
good.
still on the horizon. Still doesn't appear to be doing anything to chase us down, however.
Yeah, we just got to get closer to it to get back to base, though.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah, sure. We'll see.
Oh, hey, I see something on the HUD. There's ice nearby.
Good.
There's also a home base nearby. Those things aren't in... No, they're not in between us and it.
They're above.
No, I think they're above it. Yeah,
My
because
GPS is 6 kilometers out by my mark.
and the Thunderhog's closer to 10.
Swear this thing's developed some fault with its engine or something. Could have sworn it was faster than this.
Yeah, we're kind of plodding along over here too, it seems.
Your tires are smoking. Does that have anything to do with it?
And my tires are smoking as well. I've got our speed turned down quite a bit.
No, I think that's it just kicking up snow from the surface. Go and have a quick look, will you?
Yeah, just be on the safe side.
This can't possibly be a bad sign, right? I mean, maybe the ice lake is cold enough. We're getting a bit of a reaction off the compound on the wheels.
A little slippery? Ah, it just could be a fresh bit of snow on the top.
Oh,
Dunno.
hang on a second. Hang on a
no.
second. I was checking the tire inflation.
Hopefully low.
Yeah, suitably low. I don't know. I didn't see anything broken, so.
Out of there. All right,
I'm in.
on the ground.
I mean, it'll wheelie,
Go ahead and
apparently.
give it a little bit of speed.
I approve of
go.
that.
There's a bit of wheel slip going there, but
A little bit.
Yeah. This is what we need.
Oh, yeah, no,
Whoa.
you've been bored too long.
whoa.
Let's not flip this sucker, please.
Little bit of endo action.
Oh.
It's all good.
I don't know if
Am I gonna have to put a crane on this just so I can pick you up when you fall over?
Wow.
I will point out that we have the parts to a unknown device in here. It would be a shame if they were to be destroyed because you were hot dogging.
I think that's the problem. Actually. They're all in the cargo container on the back. And that connector
Okay.
on the back, aren't they?
Yeah, that's kind of where I put them.
Which means that the reason we're wheeling is because that's where they all are.
That must be a layer
no,
of something
I'm not
on the ice,
seeing-
because I must have slipped when I hit my jetpack to get back on board, because I went
Oh,
flying.
there we go. How about that?
I just moved them.
There was still a whole bunch in the connector according to my
I'm back on board, though.
readout.
Everything's fine.
IMDC construction platform.
Oh.
It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Did you hit the magic button again?
We're fine. We're all fine here. Everything's good.
You know the rule that we came up with, right, Spacebar? If you're gonna do something like flip your buggy, you have to do it where I can point and laugh, not when I can't see you.
No, nothing flipped. Why is that even on my hotbar? I'm gonna take those off.
I wonder. Wonder if the temperature outside has changed. Could it be that the ice is starting to melt?
I
I'd
hope
expect
not.
it to be the other direction that
Softening
caused
up?
the problem. Soft ice, I mean, we'd be digging into it, wouldn't we? Not sliding over the top. Look at what happens when I'm turning. It takes such a long time. It's clearly just slipping on the ice. Not quite the speedy getaway I was hoping for, but
Yeah.
for now at least they seem to be fine with leaving us alone.
Yeah, I'm seeing a friction setting of like 43%.
Yeah, don't mess with those, please.
I wasn't going to. I was just reporting.
I've already looked.
Not only not the speediest getaway, but also probably the most conspicuous getaway.
Yeah, where are we? Oh, I think I know where.
Follow
Right there.
those giant white clouds.
Oh, we're almost back to base. So we can see if it's just the ice or maybe if the land will be any different.
If the land is very different, then...
What?
Well, that happened.
So, do I need that crane? Is that what I'm hearing back there?
It looks like it, because I can't even see a signal off of them right now.
Something looks like a... Uh-oh.
Whoa. And speaking of crane, just need one yourself there.
That's weird. What's going on with these wheels?
No, this is fine.
Yeah, I don't think that's fine, given what I'm seeing just off on the horizon there. Spacebar, should I walk? Is there a chance that I'm gonna get there actually quicker?
Okay, there's only like one oxygen generator that looks like it's actually on fire.
Not for me.
Oh, okay. Could be my suit HUD malfunctioning again.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, even I'm managing to kick up a little dust here. Just walking along this stuff.
Hi, Farrell. Hi, Farrell.
Drift.
I wouldn't be too impressed.
God. It's a good thing I can't have my suit helmet open. I'd be choking on that stuff right now.
Oh.
What?
What?
Did you forget it can do this?
Well, I just want to make sure you're doing it on purpose.
Yeah, I figured we might go a bit quicker.
Did you
Turns
bring
out,
me
actually,
over
we don't. The whole thing behaves very odd in the air.
I mean, I don't know what would be causing it. You didn't download it like a beta firmware update, did you?
From what exactly? One of the
No,
recent
yeah.
internet cafes we've been by.
Yeah, you know.
I thought these suits were all early access.
I thought I heard somebody talking about installing an MP3 player software in their cockpit, so I didn't know if you were updating the firmware or not.
And they all come with that by default.
All right, to heck with this.
No,
I'm
they all
not
come with
walking back
FM AM
pacing.
radio. I mean, I don't know
Can I
what
just
kind of
pick you up?
cockpits that you've
No,
been buying.
I'm good. I'll just hit the jetpack and goose over. Whoa. Guys?
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Did, wow.
Speak with your words.
Well,
You're not making any sense.
He's using adjectives.
the jetpacks seem a bit faster. That's all. I thought I was just seeing things like jetpacked earlier, but
How?
well, I mean, like I'm actually, you know that setting that we had that doesn't work, never has worked since you got us these suits.
Which one? The experimental mode? You have to enable
No.
experimental mode to use the dampeners? And it tells you can violate
Yeah.
your warranty if you do so?
Well, I mean, let me put it this way.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
Great.
I can be a hummingbird properly now.
I'm a hummingbird. I can fly. Whee!
The hell?
Oh, man.
Ooh.
As in, I don't have to go constantly throttling up and throttling down, throttling up just to build something.
Ooh. I think they're quicker than they were as well. What the hell?
They feel like it, yeah. Let's see if I go over here and...
Ooh, watch your hydrogen though, that goes down fast.
Oh, yeah. That was a fair amount.
You guys been hacking your suits again?
No, I didn't do anything.
No, I mean,
Get out and try yours.
I'm trying to park.
Yeah. Hard.
Well, apparently your little fan board isn't working, so...
Interesting. You guys having any problems with your chat feeds?
I don't know, did you turn it off before we left?
I didn't turn it off.
Maybe they lost the signal.
I guess that'd be good.
Yeah.
Weird. Alright. I mean, you know, I actually feel like it's safe to use the restroom now.
Have you got your sock?
You and that suck.
It wasn't my idea, it was Tex's.
Did
I'm
you
still
guys
wondering
never-
how the hell
did
he
you
gets his
guys never
suit
go to
sock off
college?
when he's wearing a suit. Like,
Well,
how?
I didn't say use. I was going to use my sock. I found some socks wadded up in the corner. I didn't ask any questions because frankly I didn't want any answers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cleaned them, but still.
Get out of here, stalker.
Yep. There goes the.
Oh, and a bit of weather as well.
Lovely.
I thought there was special components in that we took apart.
Yeah, there were some gravimetric ones.
Not in my vehicle, there isn't.
Yeah, I loaded it into the storage area here. The detector components that were in the...
Oh, you've already moved it. Okay.
Well, I was carrying them on my person, so...
Brave. Oh, hang on, I don't need to do that anymore. I can just get at it.
Get what?
Anything. Anything I want. It could be up there, it could be down here. I could just go to it and get it.
But I do have one question.
Yeah.
What on earth is a zone chip, and why would they have that in that station? Since nobody's listening to us right now.
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I guess as good as mine.
I've not heard of a zone chip before.
Me neither. There were two of them. Farrell, where'd you put those parts?
Main storage container. The one that's accessible right from inside.
So what was that thing we got?
I have no idea. I was gonna literally put it back together and plug it in. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Right.
We found it plugged in, I mean, can't get any worse, surely.
It wasn't doing anything harmful to that station.
There. As long as he puts it back together right.
Well, I mean, I took notes. And pictures. I took a couple pictures of the suit.
Sure. Look up an assembly guide,
I went to iFixit. I think that website's been around a long time.
Oh, I see what you mean about the jetpack.
Yeah, I'd say that website's been around about as long as I also broke it.
But yeah, I mean, you can't fix it until you break it.
Well, come on. Let's see this thing.
I know. I'm busy carrying parts from where you parked your Rover all the way across.
But I didn't see anything special in there. Okay, I'll bring it over. That better?
I'm sorry?
I said, is that better?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, nice. So you get irradiated when you're on the John. I see. Good for the brain, is it?
Yeah, you know, I figured it'd be out of the way. More construction components and steel plates and we'll be done.
Then how do we know what it does?
Well, we'll look at the, you know, if there's an online manual. Let's see. Azimuth Corps would like to thank you for the purchase of their second generation detection device. It's let's see, yada yada yada, increased yields, efficiency, limited warranty. I think we already violated that.
I'm not sure this tells us anything. Is this the usual sort of execu speak where you don't actually find out what it is?
I'm
See,
pretty sure
this page is intentionally left blank.
I'm pretty sure we voided the warranty because I would imagine we had to disassemble through all those little tiny stickers in order to actually break it apart.
Oh, okay. So if I turn this on, the detection matrix.
What? You're just what?
He's making up words.
Mm-hmm.
250.
I don't understand it.
250 meters. I think this is a second generation ore detector.
It's kind of big.
Well, yeah.
And now it's on our toilet.
Well, you know, it may detect some ore.
It's going to detect a load of crap pretty soon.
Oh well, it came to the right place for it.
It's no bigger than the one that's on the big Rover as it is, anyways.
What's the standard range for our first gen detectors?
A number.
150.
Oh, well, it's almost double. I mean, I could have hoped for more, but I'll take an extra 100 meters.
So now we're going to find even more of nothing?
Well, yeah, maybe.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I had the appropriate expectations.
That's cool and all. I'm still concerned by the fact that... Okay, we move it on to... the Humpty Dumpty mobile.
It's the roach coach.
The roach coach, okay. Or Humpty Dumpty mobile, depending on how you fancy. We move it on to that. It's not exactly driving very well. I don't know if you were anything like mine. Mine's not really behaving.
It was a little slow, but I mean, it wasn't too bad.
Better than nothing, I guess.
Probably doesn't help that I'm about to add a living quarters in the back.
I wonder if there's plans for a small grid variant on that.
Not sure that fixes the problem anyway.
We could just stick it on the big rover. That's the point of this. It's supposed to be for mining.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. Seems reasonable.
Or can replace a small one.
Where did the other half of the solar panels go? You know, the ones that I installed.
They're in this cargo container.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it right where you're standing. There we go.
I'm
Just in case, you know, it rolls over, it might be a little bit better protected.
I'm slightly surprised you're not having problems with those wheels colliding with them sometimes. They're very close.
no.
It's clearly been alright. I would have, you know,
Yeah.
would have shown up a problem by this point, but just surprised.
Well, I'm basically wanting to put like beds and stuff, living quarters back here in the back.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna raise the solar panels up, and that should get the clearance.
Oh, if you want to put this somewhere else, I'm perfectly fine. I mean, I'll admit, 250 meters is not a great increase, but it's better than what we had.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good.
I just don't know why it was sitting out there on that ice station. And it's not like we had trouble detecting the ice in the first place.
This is true.
Did they clean your face mask? Or has someone cleaned your face mask recently?
Why?
I don't remember being able to see you. Oh, is your face open? No, you've cleaned it.
What?
You're supposed to clean your face masks?
Yeah, I can see your face more clearly. It's horrible.
Where did the tint go?
Dirty it back up again.
Oh, by the way, I'm out of energy, so I'm gonna have to go. Interesting.
Yeah. The other thing is, I'm also seeing some new blueprints in here for the structure parts I'm building here.
So,
Get out of here, stalker.
what? We got a full update, potentially to firmware alongside? Because something changed our jetpacks.
But how did they change the face piece on my suit?
Oh, that was all just electro tinting, wasn't it?
I mean, well, yeah, but I mean, and I know it was, really, really dusty, but you would think I would have noticed when it changed. Of course, it was at night. Huh.
It was a one-way polarization effect, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's there primarily for doing stuff like welding, and maybe they've been stuck for how long we've been using these suits.
Oh, you think it's got automatic dimming? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna argue with it.
I would have been potentially happier with some actual food, but something other than that nutrient stuff we've been eating would have been
I like
nice.
the nutrient paste. It makes my mouth tingle.
If they were. Oh boy. Mm-hmm.
That's what we always wanted. A tingly spacebar.
Mm-hmm.
There's worse places you could have tingles, I guess.
I need to find a spot to hook my vehicle on for charging up. Anyone got any thoughts?
No, not really.
I do, but it's a stupid thought.
Okay, let's hear it.
Well, then by all means.
I like it. It's up my alley. What we got?
What if I expanded the back of the big Rover and made a ramp that you could drive up?
That is a stupid thought.
A ramp, given what the existing ramp already has done.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm gonna go and find a place to connect on more sensibly. I'm sorry.
I didn't say it was a good. I did lead off with it being stupid.
Well, you were
True.
right. You were right.
Wow, there really isn't a way of getting cargo out of here easily now.
No, there really isn't. We basically did this completely wrong and ad hoc.
Yeah. The roof it is?
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Trying to put up something to put my lawn chair on.
What, are you going to go up there and
Why
try
are
to
we
get a tan?
Making up. I'm confused.
Well, actually, I guess now with the suits kind of exposing our faces a bit more, I guess it is a thing you could do. Wouldn't exactly be an attractive tan, though. I mean, you just have like a neck tan, basically.
Well, I mean, it'd be worse. It'd be redneck.
Yeah, or you could have like shaved off a whole ton of your beard.
Nah, that would look weird.
Where are you going with this?
Huh?
Thanks. Right.
I'm building a pad.
Building a what?
A pad.
A pad?
Yeah, a pad.
Okay. What for?
For my lawn chair.
Okay. Why are you exclusively building it out of conveyors?
I'm not. I was trying to do the same thing you were doing, which is hook it into the inventory system.
Okay. That has limited any access for anybody else up here now. Couldn't we move the pad somewhere else and, like, build the conveyor network out first?
Sure, we can do that. I'm not picky.
And just a quiet explosion in the distance.
Inventory full.
Yeah, I was out in the lake bed. I just caught the plume out the side of my eye. Probably another one of those supply shipments.
What would you like to do for a conveyor network then, please? Please, pray tell me.
Go up a junction, up a level, so that we don't have to remake the entire ceiling.
Well, go ahead. I don't know what you're talking about, so I'll just follow your lead.
Well, you're going through and grinding the bottom off, right? At the moment, and then having to replace it with another block.
Yep.
Why don't we just go up a level? I mean, up to the height of maybe that walkway. Make, like, literally make this the new roof height. Give us more room inside as well, rather than trying to run it out there, run it out further up, although I'm going to have to find a way of connecting this.
Reconnecting the thing that I just made, yeah.
There's a light holding it all together.
Hey, that light is an important structural load-bearing item.
Not anymore, it's not.
Yeah, it is. It's the only thing holding that up.
Energy low.
I think we might have talked past each other a little bit there, Tex. Judging by what you're doing.
Well, we're building on this level, aren't we?
No, the level up where the walkway was. I was going to raise the entire roof up to that height, walls around the outside. That way, what you were standing on becomes an inside floor, and we have a flat surface on the roof to build everything out of. Was what I was thinking, but yeah, it's all good.
Okay. Why don't you sketch it out? Because apparently I didn't understand what you were talking. All I want is somewhere I can park my little lawn chair.
Yeah, if you look on the right over where I am.
When you figured out where I can park my lawn chair.
If you look over on the right where I am, I was starting to do that. Bring everything up to that height.
Yeah, and that's what I'm doing on the other side. How's that different?
Well, I can give you two reasons. One, because you're not building on the roof, you're building at that height. Number two, you're never going to be able to connect to that connector. If you actually looked where your connector is, you'll never be able to attach to that. Your connector needs to be sticking out off the top of the roof.
Okay, fair enough.
You know, your connector actually has to be higher for you to actually get in to where your point is on this.
Okay. You can just slap one down and I'll go in behind you and weld it up. Yeah.
Yeah, it just needed to be a block high, because otherwise you won't be able to connect to it. If you look at where your connector is on your craft, it needs clearance.
Yeah, that's fine. If I get rid of this block temporarily and put in a cargo supply so that we can have cargo access here, is that going to...
No, it's still attached. It's still attached at this end.
There you go.
Although, I would request that you, if possible, shift the lawn chair for the time being, because it is in the way.
Well, it wasn't, but yes, now it is. It's assuming it can fly, and the firmware hasn't been screwed up on it.
Don't even say that.
Okay, that's interesting. The thruster group disappeared.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like the entire firmware was wiped.
Oh, that's not good.
No, it's not. What on earth is going on?
You know, given the nature of these suits, would it surprise anyone that if for some reason we did get a firmware update pushed to them, that would somehow manage to break things?
No.
What? That would never happen.
Like the fact that it's not floating on internal dampeners anymore?
On my end, they aren't on. Like the dampener side of things.
Okay. It's weird. It's like it's tethered to the spot. It keeps rubber banding back. Somebody else try it.
Did you perhaps eat too much of that nutrient paste and get yourself weighed down a little bit there, or?
No. I think I might need to go reboot my suit.
Yeah, maybe that firmware update's kind of in a weird little pending but not there state. You know, they're always telling you to reboot those things even though they're actually perfectly fine at that point.
Mm-hmm. Just gotta close my eyes, lay back, and think about happy places.
So, the distillery then.
More like your mom's place.
Get out of here, stalker.
What year is it?
Well, yes, my mother generally does have a nice place, and she is more than accommodating to guests who come over.
Oh, she is more than accommodating. She's darn right friendly.
I didn't know that you'd met my mother.
Yeah, well, you know.
No, I don't know. Please, do educate me.
Well, yeah, friendly. Friendly person.
Mm-hmm.
They've clearly done something in this firmware update with the block preview when you're holding it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's presenting it in the doing more in-depth preview on it. Looks like.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to tell what's going on sometimes, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you got a lot of stuff kind of together, or the block isn't quite like simple enough, almost. I want to say. Fortunately, they still haven't picked the fixed the pickiness of the welder trigger points yet.
I'm not holding my breath on that one either. What was that?
They
I don't
like
know.
dropping stuff on us for reasons. Oof. There is now an ominous shadow hanging over me. Where is this coming from? Those thunderhogs are
let's
just
see.
sitting there.
No, they're just kind of sitting there menacingly. I'm not sure that I like that.
Who is? Or do I want to know?
There are two thunderhogs that have been around the whole time.
Do you want to retain a door up here, a landing to the second floor? Or just keep going up with the stairs?
And the stairs is fine. I'm
To the roof.
yeah, I think that's all good.
Yeah, I'm wondering if those craft being up there are why we actually can't get anything from the Artwave chat. Maybe they're blocking the signal or something.
Why would they do that?
Oh, I don't know. They're pirates. Why do they do anything they do? Maybe they're not fans of our work. I guess you could call this work.
Energy low.
On the other hand, we do have an advantage. I mean, actually, no, wait a minute. It goes the other way. They can hear us, presumably.
Yeah, I'm not so convinced. Oh, but there's advantage talk you're talking about, but that doesn't seem to tie in with recent experience.
Oh, I see what you mean about new blocks.
I mean, of all the things to send down to us, that seems...
An update to the engineering database. This bizarre.
It's like they're trying to tell us that we're not building things looking good enough, I guess?
Hmm.
Speaking of new blocks, apparently I don't know how to build beds. Does anybody know how to build beds that can lay some down for me?
What?
Yeah, I don't know how to build beds. Like the ones that are in the base.
This explains so much.
Yeah.
That explains why he sleeps in the chair.
Yeah.
Listen, I put my points into other areas,
Your points.
namely armchairs. What?
Good cover up, Spaceball.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Spacebar's Armchair Emporium.
Hmm.
We're just gonna come back to find that the whole back deck of that Rover has been kit out with nothing but sample chairs. Turned into a showroom.
No.
Are you trying to look past your career on the show here at this point?
Where would you like me to place
Hey, what's it up there in this?
a bed?
I was thinking 4 right.
One
in
of
here.
these little advanced bed technologies.
Yeah. Should be space for 4 of them right here. Yep. Perfect. Thank you.
I mean, you only put one for you on the other side.
Oh, there's just 4 of us.
Well, I mean, I could put 3 over here and then put you one over there.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say you snore.
Are we going on some sort of getaway here that I'm not aware of? A holiday
Is that what
journey.
that noise has been?
We're going to the
I
beach.
thought that was like a... I thought that was an internal combustion engine somewhere.
I told you I needed my machine, but you wouldn't let me bring it.
Hmm.
It's not my fault.
We're gonna take that thing, you know, mining, right? Now that we've got a brand new ore detector and a miner and a chip to hold a miner.
I mean, yeah, that's the plan.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong, beds are nice, but do you need them for mining?
Well, I mean, what if we get out halfway across the planet and we don't have anywhere to...
Well, I
Safe
mean,
to say.
I guess we could put you a lawn chair down.
Did you remember your golf clubs? I haven't played low gravity golf in a long while. I reckon this could be pretty good for it. I mean, look at that ice lake. At the max
That's an
distance.
awful-
Are you
The
planning
awful-
on making a resort?
Seems like an awfully big water hazard.
Is it really that hazardous, though? I mean, really?
Well, I mean, if you slip and fall on it, I guess.
That's a good point. It could be a trip hazard. My bad. My suit radio is stuck on repeat. That's not good.
That all depends on what it's repeating.
Apparently it's just running through Aerosmith.
Inventory full.
You know, for all my paranoia about watching the live feed, I'm even more paranoid now that it's not updating. What are they planning? Can they see us anymore? Are we finally alone now?
All this and more at 11.
Don't ask me, I'm just your time life operator.
Do we have any medical components kicking around somewhere?
Sounds unlikely.
I doubt it. I mean, we only had the survival kit on the wreck here when we came down.
Unless we found some, basically.
Yeah, like we have. It's gonna put a survival kit on the big Rover.
Yeah.
You know what I'm wondering? That I-core structure had a pretty big antenna on it. You know,
Yeah.
part of the off-world re-relay network?
We didn't break it.
No, but maybe it like shut down in self-defense or something?
Or maybe
I
it
hope not.
shut down because someone stole, what was that, 1 million credits from them?
No, I mean, no. Allegedly.
So you're saying right now that there might be a computer on that place that's displaying a prompt saying, please insert another 25 cents to continue?
I guess maybe. That wasn't quite what I was going for. I doubt they're coin operated, but
Ooh, like one of those arcade machines.
One of those arcade what?
Yeah, I know those old school arcade machines.
You mean the things you actually had to use your hands to use?
Sounds like a baby's game.
I mean, it was like, you know, the early VR days. Single color VR graphics, ray tracing.
Sounds absolutely barbaric.
I can't believe people actually used to enjoy that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
What was that?
I don't know.
Hmm.
hey. Okay, how long until I actually... Wow, okay. Locked under the base and I'm not charging. Has anyone got their batteries on recharge, or we just don't have enough power generation now?
I got another windmill up to try to help out.
All of my batteries are set to auto.
I'm not even hooked to the base right now.
I can still pull a suit charge from it, so we've got a little bit of extra power at least.
Okay, 5 hours to fully recharge.
Pursuit?
No, batteries in the Rover.
Yeah, I'm getting a distinct hum of hydrogen engines out here too, by the way. You might be tapping into some of the ice on the base to run them.
Yeah, probably.
Which should technically mean you'd be charging even quicker.
To be honest, tapping into the base to run them's not necessarily a bad thing, given I can very easily go and get more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's probably a good thing.
Just see what we're looking at ice-wise in storage. There's a fair bit in there still. I could probably run those for a while and then take the miner over to grab a bit more.
Oh no, whatever shall we do when we run out of ice?
Yeah.
I think I remember how that quote ends. Wasn't it something like, I expect you to die?
You watch too many old movies.
Well, it's
What are you
not
talking
like
about?
these suits are able to do anything better.
Well, the old suits. Who knows about the new suits? Have you looked at the media library?
Well, to be fair, on my suit, it seems to have upped the music library a little bit.
Yeah, no, I'm getting all sorts of stuff. Aerosmith, Tom Petty.
Is that really some band's name?
Which one?
Tom Petty.
Who was this Tom that they were saying was so petty as well? I mean, if anything is
Yeah.
petty, it's choosing that as your band name.
Yeah, they were called the
That'd be like-
Heartbreakers, actually.
Hey, I'm gonna call myself Sid Jealousy now or something.
Well, that would be silly. I mean, like Sid Vicious or something like that. That would just be ridiculous.
Right, I'm going to give that a bit of time to charge up and then maybe mining trip at some point.
Yep. Ah. Okay, so when do we want to start working on our plans on, getting back up into orbit? I mean, it's not that it's not a lovely world. I mean, it's
Well, maybe we should do what we came here for first. And then worry about getting back up, rather than... Because
We need to actually
find some resources in order to do any of this. And I mean some resources beyond just the steel and stuff we've been finding.
well, let's be honest. The steel that we've been finding has been coming off of this thing for the most part.
Yeah. Well, that's why I mean it's time to do an ore trip, essentially. But I'd rather like the batteries to charge a little before we do so, because at this rate, I'm going to run out of power quite quickly. You feel the need for speed, do you, Mr. Spaceman? Well, that's a mighty big engine you're putting on that.
You never know when you might need some emergency power.
Emergency go faster juice.
I mean, I won't say no to that either.
I just saw very briefly, I suspect we'll see it again in a second, a signal from some pirate friends. Seems like there are at least some of them down here.
Well, if we had guns, we could go pay them a visit.
Doesn't this just bring us back round to the whole resources thing again?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Man, that is a lot of lightning in the distance as well. We're kind of lucky we're not... The thing hasn't been hit at any point yet, has it? Yeah, doesn't look like it.
I don't think so.
I thought you guys installed that lightning rod.
No,
in
that's what I meant by the thing. You installed a lightning rod, but it's still going to get hit. That's how they work. It's there instead of us.
Speak for yourself. I'm kind of working underneath the thing. I'd rather not get shocked, but
Yeah, I believe it does, in theory, send it down through the nearest direct route to the ground. You're pretty much that.
yeah.
Where you are? Yeah, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
The man has built a wheel on a stick. Impressive.
Don't knock the wheel on the stick.
What next? Are you going to spin it around?
Right round, baby, right round.
Put a seat
Like
on it? Use it as a ride?
Got to keep ourselves trained for high G environments, so we're going to need a centrifuge, right? Besides, they gave us these blueprints for what looks like off-road suspension, so figured
Yeah,
I'd
maybe-
give them a shot.
Maybe that'll work better on ice than the old suspensions we got.
Looks like you're about to do some G testing.
But is that where you just go, oh man, gee, it works?
Pretty much.
Mr. Spacebar? Could I request you extend the proboscis? I'll go, maybe I'll go do
Oh,
some
you
mining.
mean-
I got in and then realised
Yeah.
how little I can see.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
No, I'll leave it for now.
Okay.
In this, I can't even see the ground, man. First thing I know I'm mining is when I collide with it. But maybe, when this storm drops, that's the point we move on out.
Sounds like a plan.
We are apparently expecting to entertain?
Well, I mean, in case Spacebar wants to sleep somewhere other than his bed. I mean, it's a big move all at once.
Okay, so you're not just getting the boys around for a few beers. This is what I was saying here. He's, again,
Yeah, I know.
clearly keen for the point at which finally we find something. Need a pool table.
I wouldn't mind. Pool table? Did they give us a pool table? No, we don't have a pool table. That's unfortunate.
Could play beer
Yeah,
pong
but,
on this, I guess.
Would have been a nice way to shoot
Just
a couple
about long
hours.
enough. Maybe double it up. Well, what can I help with?
Oh, I'm just trying to make the place look a little more homey. I'm waiting for the storm to finish so we can go do something productive.
Apparently we're out of stone.
Out of stone?
Mm-hmm.
What do you need?
We're out of silicon. which it's not super important, I don't suppose, but
Yeah, so
It's not right
again,
now.
mining sooner rather than later.
yeah.
Oh, we're really out of rock. Oh wow. Okay. Not just a little bit out of rock.
Well, ideally we would be, because it gets processed. Only time we won't be out of rock in particular is when we've just come back with a load, because the refinery should deal with it all. Out of silicon, more important. Especially as honestly we don't have anything we can take apart for it either, not sensibly.
Pretty much no. There's no glass that was on the wreck or anything that came down, so.
Gotta admit, wandering around the corpse of a ship in this weather is kinda spooky.
Well, let us know if you find any company.
Oh, you'll know.
There, I hand mined a little bit of stone, hopefully enough to. I think you're overly optimistic to queue up some medical components, though. Spacebar?
Just queued up 3.
Yeah, but we don't have any silver.
Well, I don't know, but we might find some eventually.
Hmm.
Well, except for the survival kit on the Roach coach, I think it's pretty much ready to go.
I think that makes silver our main priority as well.
Mm-hmm.
I may have to remove that survival kit because it's kind of breaking the conveyor line in here.
We only have the one down here as well, don't we?
Yeah, that's another reason why I wanted to put one on here.
I thought for a second it was clearing up. It might actually be. I can see the moon. Or are we on the moon? I can't remember.
No, we're on a planet.
Okay, so the ice ball is the moon.
Yeah. Sure.
Why can't I get at the ice? Because it... Is it all in the mini rover?
Unless the mini rover ate all of it up. You know how those things are. Once they get one little hint of ice, they're addicted to it more than Texas addicted to his tequila.
I remember you doing quite the number on my tequila the last time I had such a thing. So, before you start pointing fingers there, sir.
Well, you know how it is.
Are you saying that you wouldn't and really could use like a margarita or something right now?
That would be nice. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm impressed you managed to get this block under the end of the ramp. I think this was Farrell that did this.
What?
Kind of in the way, but hey. It stopped.
Quick! Oh, by the way. Oh. What was that? I moved the bathroom somewhere out of the middle of the room. Just so you guys know. When you go looking for it. Alright. We got the miner loaded up and everything.
It was never unloaded.
Okay, spacebar, you already aboard? Anybody else riding on here?
I just need to get on out there.
I'm at the ramp.
Alright, I'm on.
We ready to go?
Yep.
Yep.
Mining, ho!
No, suggestion. Different direction this time.
Okay.
Yeah. Can this thing make it up the hill?
It already has once. But I'm proposing we go right, because that's away from the Thunderbolts.
Fair enough. And away from the any potential theoretical, hypothetical scene of a crime.
Okay, why are my wheels not turning?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, I think they're sliding. I can see them move a little bit. Yeah, like right there when you went over the patch in the ground.
Size is good for donuts.
It looks like your whatchamacallit, the wheel height is off. Like it's been pulled up off the ground. There you go.
Yeah, but I still can't, like, it's not responding to left, right, or forward commands.
Oh god. Maybe dying here. I'll be back!
Huh.
Yeah, the steering's on them.
That's weird.
Your machine killed me. Number something killed me.
I mean, for me right now, everything on this Rover is access denied, so...
Okay, what's going on here?
I'm gonna see if maybe my suit's a little less jacked up on it.
Yeah, you try.
Yep, they're not turning either. I could try grinding down the suspension, build it back up, and see if that helps it. Maybe got a part loose in here or something. See if that helped your right wheel there.
No.
I almost want to say power cycle it, but I know that could cause some problems with your attached load here.
I've already tried a power cycle.
That thing, the whole thing just jumped in the air.
You got in and out?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me have a try.
Yep.
Okay.
You got handbrakes on?
Yeah, but I've been turning it off and on.
Yep, yeah, there it is. There's a turn.
What'd you do?
Give it a try.
No, it's working now.
Just needed the magic touch. Well, now that's working, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Quick, get him. He's making a break for it.
Not so much.
Quick, get him. He's going to break it.
That sounds more likely.
Okay.
Whoa.
I see it's doing weird stuff again.
Yeah, I was on top of the wheelhouse there, and all of a sudden it just decided to...
Spacebar, can you stop for a second?
Yep.
Thanks. Because we're getting thrown into the back wall of the Rover.
Alright. back on.
I think I'm going to sit in a chair.
To be honest,
Yeah,
we can stop all around for a second because we're going to need to solve what's happening here, and there's no proper way of doing it without breaking the fourth wall.
what the heck?
The
did they
update
do?
has done something real bizarre to these wheels. Oh my god.
Yep. Well, not only that, but it's also unfortunately broken the chat integration. It looks like.
Yeah. If I press forwards, I will do anything but drive in a straight line.
Whereas all Spacebar could do was drive in a straight line.
I suggest that we probably let's try replacing the wheels.
The wheels,
Already.
no different.
Well,
I
the
mean,
only thing.
off-road
replace them with
off-road?
the same wheels, but with new wheels. That make sense?
I mean, I ground down the right front one.
Well,
on
in which
this
case
rig.
we just copy and paste the thing.
Yeah.
That's for all intents and purposes doing exactly the same thing. I see where you're coming from. You know, update the grid essentially.
Yeah.
Whee! The wheelie mobile is back in the house.
Yeah, I'm just gonna copy and paste it.
Okay. I'm out.
Spacebar, you want to hop off or hop
Yep,
out of the seat before I do it?
Yep, I'm out.
It feels like they're behaving and feeling like the sim speed is rubbish, except it's not. It's fine.
Okay.
What's weird is
Yeah.
we were using these wheels yesterday. Well, not these wheels, but I've literally the last 2 days I've done wheeled events in Space Engineers, and they've been great. They've been working really well.
Well, in Keen's handcrafted race track with their buggies.
We're
List
actually-
lazily to the left, yeah, and we do know it's a good manoeuvre, JH, but in this case, I mean,
The shadows aren't even casting right off the wheels.
I'm going to hold forwards and slowly turn left, whether I like it or not.
Whoa, Spacebars.
Yeah, I've got off the wheel.
And when I do turn, it's like, yeah, not sure if we're too bothered about that. But it means that we've got to figure out why. Because it could well just be settings.
Like, mine's not so bad because it's so big. You know, I've got a lot of weight that helps me stay in one spot, but my height and strength settings are a bit weird, I think.
And I'm not actually staying attached to the grid when I'm standing on top of it, so that's new.
I think I've got my height settings good now.
Is that running any better for you?
For me, it seems to.
We were on the dirt, but it's not behaving itself on the dirt either. I'll take my wheels a replacement of parachutes, yeah. And I'm sorry the chat integration's broken as well. That was a nice thing to have, and to have it suddenly go away again is kind of annoying.
Yep, definitely trying to move around on when the grid is proving problematic.
Yeah, that's a new. Yeah, that's a new feature.
Well, I know that because the issue with wheels popping before is, I don't know if you guys saw it.
Yeah, I did.
I wonder if, I don't know.
They may have partially undone the fixes they managed to do to multiplayer to make the walking on grids work better. Like balanced out some of the wheel problems back into multiplayer sync versus having everything give you good solid walking on grid but lousy wheels.
Probably.
So this is, I just brought up last week's stream as a reference. We're about to drive on out about here. What sort of speeds are we going? So I'm going, that's where we drove up the wall. Here we go. This is us leaving the base. Seventeen, 18, 20, 21, 23, 24, 25. Like, it's accelerating super fast. No problem. I've let go of the throttle there, and then in a second it's going to steer. And look at how it steers. Just tiny little taps are enough to make it change direction.
Apparently also standing on a wheel when it starts going. Well, hang on. Oh, there we go. I'm on it. Oh,
And then down here, natural gravity is still
like that.
2.5.
I mean, some of it I think is you're spinning the wheels that you're trying to start up their spacebar.
Yeah, it's like the friction is. I don't know.
When you've got the friction set at half, that should be plenty even for ice.
You know, like right there, massive wheel slip going on.
Yeah, I mean, let me try turning the friction all the way up and see if that does anything.
Look at it steer, normally.
Alright, give it a shot if it's all the way up now.
All right,
Here.
friction 100%.
Yeah, you're still getting a bit of wheel spin starting off.
27, 28.
Oh yeah, there's some sort of... It's almost like a little bit of desync almost in a way sometimes. Like I'll see the wheels just suddenly stop and then start to turn again.
Well, they also seem to keep popping straight for me, even though I've got the, turn right and I'm just holding it down.
That's at like 75% friction. That seemed to be a pretty good spot.
It almost seems better when it was at 100. I was drifting. I'm drifting more now.
There's 100.
Just lock the wheels sideways and it doesn't do anything.
See, the wheels keep popping back.
Yeah.
I'm changing settings. That's probably why it's setting.
Still, I don't remember them popping forward like that. I guess that's refreshing in the...
As much as I hate to do it for bug solving purposes, I'm kind of tempted to turn off the aerodynamics. Only because we're literally not doing anything with them at the moment anyway.
Well, and when he was turning there, for a second there we had aerodynamic heating indicator pop up.
Well, you should get that if you get enough speed.
Yeah, that's normal. We were getting that last week.
At 30 meters per second?
Yeah, and I was getting that last week too.
Okay, well then that's fine.
Yeah, I haven't had my thrusters turned on this time to the extent that I've even overridden them. So that they're constantly providing force, and look at how it turns. Or, in this case, kind of doesn't. Until it does, and then it'll spin on the spot for a bit. And then I'll turn the wheels and it's like, well, thinking about it, and then back end comes out, let's spin on the spot. This was not what it was doing last week.
But we have tire tracks now.
I couldn't do
or
donuts
last
last week.
Yeah.
To be fair, I mean, like for like reference, maybe pulling a copy of the Spider or something.
No, I've got a better like for like reference. Because I took a blueprint of something last night.
Oh, Keen's Rover.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know it's like we're actually driving on ice, Drago, but yeah, it's behaving weird on dirt as well. That's the thing. It's not just the ice.
Pulling it up.
I may head back to dirt and see how I've run on it.
Oh god.
Oh.
Not that one.
Alright,
Oh,
I was
God damn
underneath. Up. Either move or stop, one or the other. Good lord.
Well, I mean...
Yeah, I was trying to put up the ramp because you're about to dig it in the ice. Give me a second. There you go. Up. Okay, now you can go.
There's a reference. Whoa.
Yeah, don't mind this.
No, I mean, I tried to go and my parking brake was on and my grid immediately tried to tip over. Forward.
The
Yeah,
turn
they...
radius for me is about the same because I didn't have a good amount to begin with. Whoa!
Yeah, we're out of roleplay time at the moment.
Oh
I can
my
get
God,
away
yeah.
with doing stuff like that just for the help of actually figuring out what's going on. I want to see how this behaves on dirt, because on this surface it's not going as fast as it was in the other world, and also when I turn, nothing happens.
Well, I brought in the one of the rovers from the Mars base, and yeah, it handles completely different on ice right now.
Handles completely different on ice, but now I've got it on dirt. It seems familiar, but slow again.
Yeah, I'm trying to get over to ice right now.
It's actually turning quite well. Better than my vehicle does. God damn it.
Okay, yeah, there we go. As soon as I'm off the ice, that definitely went back to normal. But I can also hear it interacting heavily with the boxes right now.
Yeah, this thing definitely does not want to go in a straight line on the ice.
On the ice, I
on
can
the road.
drive in a straight line regardless of what I'm doing with my wheels. The second you hit the dirt, woof.
Oh, the brakes.
I'm kind of having some issues on land. It's actually drifting more on
Oh,
land.
land's not the same as
Yeah.
it was, and I'm in
No.
Keen's vehicle. I'm pretty sure that if I go into my vehicle, it's going to be different.
The other thing we also need to keep in mind is we are in low grav.
Yeah, I realise, but we were in low grav last week. I'm trying to establish what's changed and whether or not we can do anything about it, especially as there's a lot of ice here.
You know, here's the full steering angle.
Also, where did I leave my Rover?
I was following you with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if I turn, I can see the wheel turn is not like smooth. Sometimes the wheel
See, I was
overextends its
following
boundaries and it goes
spacebar.
back.
Since when did jetpacks max out at 18.66 meters a second?
Yeah, I noticed that too.
What?
I'm holding W in my jetpack, and I'm doing 18.66 meters a second. It will not accelerate any faster.
That's weird. Yeah, I don't really start turning until I let off on the gas. What?
Okay, Clockwork's saying, yeah, but they must have changed that since last week, right, Clockwork? Because last week it was fine. Whoa! And the second wait a second, the second I got away from being over the ice, I accelerated. And then I go over the ice, and I slow down. What is happening?
Technically, that does fall under the weirdness of friction on ice.
No, but I'm flying in a jetpack.
Oh.
Off the ground. And over the ice,
What?
I can do 18.6 something meters a second in the jetpack, maximum. The second I go over the ground, it goes like I've got jetpack friction.
Alright, let's try something here.
Yeah, I got near another grid, over the ground, and boof, 30 meters a second, and then it's dropped down again. What, so I can only travel that fast near a grid? Okay, going back past the grid again. 30 meters a second, 33, 34, 33, 30, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24.
33, 34 is what I max out at ground speed on this rover.
Go back over the grid, and 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 30. That slows down the second you get away from a grid.
Alright, right now I'm at 37 and I'm about to overfly your car.
I literally cannot exceed 35 meters per second on the ice. I have set my wheels to unlimited speed.
The further off the ground, the slower I can go as well. This has to be some interaction with the aerodynamics. It's got to be. Friction is a mysterious thing. That's true, Con. Good to see you in here again, my friend.
The other thing is...
No, definitely. As soon as I flew over the base, it sped up by like 10 meters per second. What?
And I think I know what the problem is with the wheels.
Oh, I can exceed the speed limit rules by pressing forwards and up at the same time. If I go diagonally, I can go faster than I should be able to.
I can see what it is. You can tell that the wheels, if you take the Rover on land and you do a turn, and you do it on the lake instead, you can see there's a difference in the angle that the steering wheels are actually able to move. It's actually limiting it somehow, even though the Rover's got the same settings. Like, I can literally just lift my front wheels off the surface of the lake, and I can see them doing a full turn now. But then the second I land back on it, I won't be able to do the normal turn.
They don't turn the full distance, do they? They only turn a little bit.
Yep.
And I was having the issue of them popping straight again. At least on the big Rover.
Yeah, on the big Rover, it was the wheels were snapping here and there.
Oh, there's a test.
No fuel.
Oh, not a very good test. It would be a test if it had any fuel, but it doesn't. Stop sliding. You're not going to do that for me, are you? Because you are a frictionless vehicle. And so, that's never going to happen. Oh, right, stop it. Stop it. It's also going to blow with the wind the second I put it in, isn't it? Yep.
Oh, the ice racers?
Figured I might as well break out something like that might at least see what happens and whether or not this removes the whole limit regarding any sort of wheel friction at all, you know? Because there isn't any. 30, 40, 50 meters a second, I'm off the ground. 53, 50, 48. I do still seem to be speed limited.
Here's something else interesting. I'm flying over in the little lawn chair thing, and it keeps jerking down towards the ice. And the fastest I can go appears to be like 48. Yeah, I think aerodynamics is doing something.
Apparently, this ice razor of mine generates natural lift.
No, because I can gyro lift the front wheels of this Rover and take off in the air on this planet.
I should be speed limited, Drago, but I thought not before heat becomes a problem. Okay, and now I'm gonna turn dampers off, get out. And can I keep up with it? Yes, while I got relative damps on. Okay, that seems to have fixed my maximum speed over the ice thing.
What'd you do?
No, I gotta, as soon as I get away with it, away from it, I slow down again. I think. What did I do? Get into a vehicle that was capable of going faster.
Yeah, the second I go off the ice, the steering angle on the wheels has changed. I can gyro hold this rover straight with the wheels turned and go nowhere on the ice but straight. But the second I hit the land, boom, immediately we're off.
Now I'm speed limited to 36 meters a second when over the ice, when using the jetpack. Which is a different number entirely.
I'm going 37.
Then I get near a grid now and it slows me down. And then speeds me up. I went 40 for a second. Okay, so you know what was causing the character drag issue. Fair enough. Because as far as I understand it, you're supposed to be able to basically burn yourself alive as a character. Oh, I know why it speeds you up near a grid. Okay, let's hear it, Drago. What you got for us? I'm intrigued. Screwy maths, Roger.
So keen.
Yeah, sounds likely clockwork. I think next test is actually just to quickly reload and see what happens.
Hang on a second, I'm trying something here. Happens when I get over the land. No, okay, that's just that thing. Alright, never mind. Thought I had something, but no.
Where did my rover end up? I wasn't
where's
driving
your
it,
rover?
Tex was.
What?
The rover, where did it end up?
It's over there on the ice.
Last I saw it was doing a lovely end-friend tumble down the hillside.
It's fine. Yeah, it's over here.
Well, as long as it's still around, I'll reload.
No, you want me to bring you back first?
No, doesn't make much difference.
Okay. I'm in it, so reload when you need to.
I'm out of the world.
I'm seeing, guys, don't worry, I'm reading chat.
Very interesting.
But stupid.
No, actually, here's another interesting theory. The malfunction is due to Wasted's lack of facial hair.
It's so cold.
It's offset the balance of the vehicles at this point, the entire world, if anything.
My poor face. So very chilly.
Did it for charity.
Mm-hmm. He did it for the brains.
My upper lip hasn't seen the light of day in a decade. It's not acceptable.
Ah, the day star has come to burn us.
Although if anyone missed that, that was a very fun stream over on Twitch. You can check that out, raising some money for a good cause and playing some silly games alongside. Night of Among Us and Space Engineers and Human Fall Flat and so on.
I think it's almost up to 21,000. I looked at it earlier today. Yep, 20,937 pounds. Really impressive.
Let's see if it's gonna do that thing again. Nope. Okay, so that's interesting. In order to get Space Engineers to connect properly through the Steam join game thing now, you have to start Space Engineers, load into a world, exit the world, and then at that point you can actually get it to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's why I keep hearing the modular thrusters. You got one of the welders out.
I did, but I deleted it. Unless it's really that lagged out.
Yeah, that whole fix hasn't worked. Still limited to 18.42 meters a second over the ice in the jetpack.
Alright.
I'm over the ice. I'm going 30. I'm slowly accelerating, but I'm at 37.
It might not have downloaded any mod updates. I might have to reload.
I'm not technically in yet, so I'll just drop back up.
Yep.
I know I backed out of world, not game. You don't need to back out of the game for it to download mods. It's one of the few nice things about Space Engineers, is that it's not fussy about that. It's one of the few things that it does well. Says it's completed Space Engineers Workshop content. I'm not sure I believe it. Roger that, Drago. Sol JH. The problem is I don't have a cave and a box of scraps.
Right now, the universe is experiencing a technical difficulty.
Don't worry, Paul. That one dislike drives me as a person. I live for those one or two people that seem to make time in their day to find the second I go live or upload anything and go there and dislike it immediately. Little do they know they're actually my biggest fan. They're my most reliable person to show up on a video. That one person. Maybe two. Google doesn't care, it's all engagement.
Oh, you're gonna ruin it for them.
Well, that's a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back, Bleeper.
Paper. Ah.
However, I am now going even slower.
You want to try it out before we connect in, or?
I just turned character drag off. 160 meters a second, thank you.
Back in.
Loading up.
Oh, I was waiting to see.
Well, I'd started loading before that was mentioned.
Clockwork says that the friction value for this world hasn't been changed in a while, but something has. This vehicle would steer last time. And not do that.
Whoa. That's interesting. Well, that, the welder that I picked out and brought in on the world previously, before we did the reload, it was constantly pitching up. You know, like you'd thrust forward and it would start winding up. Now it's flying more or less perfect level, unless I get close to the ground, in which case then it starts to kind of pitch and bump and roll for some reason.
Mine was consistently pitching down as I was flying.
It's got enough.
I see that wheelie over there.
Got enough friction to wheelie, but not enough friction to turn. Without doing this. And now I'm backwards. And now I'm wheeling on one wheel for a second. Now I'm looking at being upside down for a bit. I've broken my connector.
And now I'm flying.
Now I'm bouncing.
over here.
Oh, this game. I do wish they stopped messing with it.
See that happening.
Whoo. And the spin out. Oh, no wheelie that time. Oh, there's the wheelie.
You know what?
And come on, turtle it.
I'm really worried for ice racing at this point because, let's be honest, you're not going to be able to see anything. Everything's just going to be a giant cloud of light.
Oh, I don't have any of my ice racers saved. Or I would test that.
Alright, so that's working better.
Right, the
Whoa.
flyer's doing better.
Yeah, because I basically turned drag down to almost nothing to see whether it would help with the vehicles.
I'm still maxed out at 65 meters per second, though.
Yeah, exactly, Galadas. Pick one. Am I on ice, therefore my wheels spin? Or am I on something I have grip on, therefore I wheelie? It can't be both. You don't spin out and then immediately wheelie off the point you spinned out of.
Actually, the ice racers aren't too bad. I grabbed a random hover.
Yeah, I know,
guess
but
because of
this
the way-
means this is coming down to wheel settings changes, and the physics
Yeah.
between wheels and ice has changed in some way.
At least they didn't break the hovers.
Yeah, Jammer, I tried turning on inertial tensor earlier on the wheels, noticing that it was a new thing, and that's what caused mine to clang and flip upside down to begin with. Alright, everyone grab a copy of what you've got. Copy of a blueprint of your existing vehicle.
I grabbed one earlier, actually.
Okay.
Existing vehicle in the universe, or?
Yeah, the one we're currently using. I know that doesn't work for some people, but...
I mean, I've respawned in the Rover again. I am actually able to get up to about 41 with unlimited speed setting on the wheel now. Whereas before I couldn't even hit that much.
All right, I have a blueprint of the long chart.
Because in theory, we're on Titan.
I'll take another blueprint just in case.
Maybe the ice on this planet has direction preferences of which direction frictions apply. Like the ice has a grain, is what you're saying. Ah!
We're using
Can
it
I just
wrong.
say, the see-through helmet thing is really weird.
Yeah, that
Why
is...
has it taken them this long to do it? Out of nowhere, suddenly helmets are see-through.
Well, the funny thing is, yours isn't.
Mine isn't.
No.
I know
No,
why
it's
that
not.
is. Ready?
It's a suit.
That's why.
Mm,
No, look at my face.
Yeah, and I've got a custom face on too.
I don't.
All right,
That's
so
the
I'm
weird
pretty sure.
thing.
Actually, no, wait a minute. I shouldn't say that because the.
Yeah, I don't think you do.
Let me double check that.
No, I don't. What happened to my smile?
I think you've got the standard engineer on at the moment, Farrell.
Probably. Ooh. That was interesting and not slowing down.
Yeah, yours is.
Yeah, mine's
Completely
like it is because
opaque.
I'm the only person that's still got one of Chipstick's face skins on, which probably includes the model for the faceplate.
Oh, I thought I was wearing the text one.
Nah.
Yeah, no, I've got the smiley face on. That's really weird. What?
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. I'm a male astronaut.
Mm-hmm.
But and if I go to text, yep, it's opaque.
My smiley face.
Yeah, did they not think about that
was,
one?
Which was a keen one, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken, right? So they broke their own helmet.
They broke their own helmet, yeah.
Figures.
Well, now Tex is back to opaque.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he just changed
because I
his
put
face.
on my skin.
Oh,
I've got the text face now.
oh. I wonder though if it's something to do with Chip's mod, though.
No,
Oh, yeah.
Because
I think so.
no, because I just put on astronaut face 4 and I'm still transparent helmet.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
So maybe it's just some faces and not the other ones.
Well, my one in particular is in a custom pack, and I think Texas is as well. So it might be a
Yeah.
pack that he hasn't got around to updating yet.
Okay.
But they didn't even touch characters. It makes no sense. Whatever.
They didn't tell you they touched her.
Well, I was about to say they clearly did touch characters, because otherwise we wouldn't have see-through faceplates.
True.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't expect this to make any difference, but I'll try it anyway.
Oh, those are huge. Good lord.
The same size as the ones that were on there. Just got a bigger visual to them.
Well, you're still wheeling.
Yeah. Unless this is defaulted to an insanely high friction value. 50%. I was on 46 previously.
Well, I wouldn't.
Those back two sets of wheels are too close together to work properly.
Oh, they did introduce a new scavenger suit. That's right. But that shouldn't have affected.
Really? So they haven't done the mirroring correctly either. Sweet.
When have they ever done the mirroring correctly on them? Oh, that's right. Never mind. I'm sticking the other blocks. It seemed to help with the wheelie problem a little bit.
To answer your question, no, the off-road wheels are not vanilla porosity. Oh, that was nice. Goodbye, cruel world. A body somewhere around here?
No idea.
I don't really see anything in their data that jumps out as different.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's just putting new wheels on. Like, I wonder if you put the new suspension to remove those suspensions on the
46,
other one and then put them on there. Alright, I don't have the DLC.
Alright. someone get in my other vehicle and come and pull up next to me. The one that's got the normal wheels on it.
Hang on, I'm making a...
Alright. I can't see anything to line up
What's
properly.
steering set to on your rear wheels as well?
Rear wheels.
I think it's 6.
Yeah, 6%. Or 6 degrees, sorry.
Okay. All 3 in line?
More or less.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah. So about these wheels being the same. Exactly the same. Identical, I would say.
You just managed to take off perfectly, and Spacebar and I both wheel right up.
That makes no sense.
Friction's the same on both. I went and double checked. Like both of them are upside down because they wheelied. I didn't even show a sign of wheeling. They're the same in the wheel code, but that doesn't mean you haven't changed it somewhere else.
It might also be.
I can't spin this out. I'm rolling over instead of spinning it out.
It could be the ground we were starting on, because I copied pasted it and it didn't wheelie this time when I took off.
I'm gonna re-add the wheels.
No, I know what the difference was. Well, maybe at least. I think this one, I think your ones didn't have their thruster on.
Did you have down thrust off on the other two?
I don't know.
What were your settings?
The settings were the same as those two, but I may have
Well, no, I removed the wheels and I re-added them.
steering angle, etc. was all default. Power was default, strength was default, height offset was -29, friction was 46. No, I can see that Farrell's thrusters at least are on.
I just turned them on.
Okay. Did you override them yourself, or did you turn them on to what they were already overridden at?
Already over a net, so just a simple turn on. Like that was a straight run up without any problems. No wheelies that time.
I'm still wheeling.
I mean, to be fair, the stuff last night was kind of, it felt wrong to me somehow. But I kind of chalked that up to, okay, they've got some sort of, slightly off wheel setting on them for a racing challenge.
Okay, I'm not so convinced they're different types of wheels now. I think they are behaving the same. I just think that they've done something really weird to the ice.
don't like it. You're supposed to steer into the direction of a skid.
Hmm.
And it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't do anything, does it? You just keep
No, it just
going in the
makes it
direction.
worse.
Oh, wait,
No,
it suddenly
eventually you
decided to catch up. Yep. And then you spin out the other direction
Mm-hmm.
and can't catch it.
It spins out in the direction that you were skidding in the first place, and there's nothing you can do to get out of it. Wow.
The wheel direction doesn't matter.
Nope.
Left and right doesn't.
No,
Does not
it's just
matter.
it's just the tread texture.
It's just the tread texture, yeah.
Yeah, the ice thing does seem intentional since last week. Yeah. Frosty, I'm aware each ice has a different friction variable. I'm comparing this literally to our stream last week where we were driving these exact vehicles on this exact ice. I'm saying that this interaction has changed in this exact and specific scenario. I'm aware that different planets have different friction values, but they have changed something in how the wheels and the ice interact. Because look, it's fine on here. As I would expect.
Okay,
A little slow, perhaps, but...
You just have to keep reversing your direction randomly. So you drive forwards for a little bit, and then you start skewing around, and then you start to drive backwards.
Clearly, we didn't drive buy the driving on ice DLC. That's the problem.
How long can it be held for? Go on, get him up. Hold it.
I mean, technically, this is pretty... Aside from the skid recovery and the fact that you can't, it's actually pretty realistic to driving on ice.
Yeah, as in no control. Yep.
Yeah, this is a good black ice simulator. Just they need to fix the skid correction.
Oh, this is so frustrating.
Hmm.
Lesson learnt. Cockpit hangs off the front. That's what breaks first. So I guess we just suck it up and deal with it.
I'm gonna try one other thing here. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I will say this, one by one wheels on the ice are working a lot better now, though.
Yeah, they were. But that's not going to work big ol'. Setting it to front-wheel drive only in Space Engineers just ends up meaning that the back wheels provide constant drag and will act as if you've got a handbrake on. As in, you'll be, like, spinning out constantly. I turn propulsion off on these rear ones. I know it makes sense in real life, but if I turn them off here, you'll see what happens.
What the?
And I say this as someone who has owned a very lightweight front-wheel drive car with nice narrow tyres, which was amazing in the snow, and then switched to a very lightweight rear-wheel drive car with big wide tyres that is literally the worst thing ever in the snow. I'm quite familiar with driving in that respect. So yeah, not only is it fighting us constantly, but we'll have the... Oh, I'm still got steering, actually. That might help.
You were kind of close to the shoreline there, so, and you're on a hill too at that point, so that might have skewed direction a little bit.
Yeah, we just do the front-wheel drive thing and understeer forever. Until we hit the ground, and then we... understeer, and more understeer. Turning circle of about 2 football fields. Perfect. Alright, let's try reloading this and see whether or not... Alright, I'm gonna turn the aerodynamics off and see what it changes, if at all. I just want to rule that out. I think Drago's right that it won't make any difference, but we're gonna find out. And as for the whole only applying throttle at the end of the turn and entry of the turn and so on, for that, yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, he's not from Texas. He does know how to drive on ice.
Well, no, I know that, but while I haven't physically been in the vehicle, we're not physically in these vehicles here either, so I'd say my experience with driving, in particular, four-wheel drive vehicles on loose surfaces with no, what would you call it, physical feedback? It's probably more than most people.
Yeah. I've been trained to drive unrealistic vehicles.
Yeah. Slow down to turn, that's a good trick.
Nope.
If this played like a proper, if it was this was behaving like a proper loose surface, in this scenario, you would, with a four-wheel drive vehicle, no, you would not slow down to turn. You would be flicking the car around completely anti against your motion of travel and using full throttle to try and pull yourself out of it. Slowing down will just make you slide. You can't afford to lock your wheels up like that.
And I think that, in essence, is actually what's happening when we're seeing that, you know, you're in the skid and then you're trying to pull out of it in the game, and it just says, nope, I'm going to make it even worse now and turn you completely around.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because we're slowing down, I suspect, at that point.
Yeah, it's almost like once you turn it sideways. In fact, I know what it is. It's they've got a modelling for when the wheels are side on that increases their friction value quite dramatically, in a way that, honestly, off-road wheels would never be designed like that. You had rounded edges to the tyres to stop this problem from happening. That's why that's one of the reasons why they're very balloony, is to stop them from catching on things.
Well, if anything, I'm wondering if that comes down to what they've done with the wheels, because my understanding is that's how the physics interactions on the wheels were in the first place. You had that kind of donut-like shape behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm. It feels now that, well, I don't know, even the donut-like shape felt like it had sharp edges to it. It was cylindrical to some extent. Yeah, indeed, Hammerby. Scandinavian flick. One way of describing it. I spent 5.5, 6 years racing off-road RC cars, which was kind of what I was referring to. And when I say racing, I mean actually racing them. A lot of fun, but it does give you a certain perspective on how to control a vehicle that you don't have any physical feedback from. You've got to use a visual feedback only, and getting used to how to, from memory, pull out of something at a certain situation you're experiencing rather than otherwise. It's how come I've been able to control Space Engineers vehicles in the air occasionally, because they actually do behave realistically when it comes to the inertia generated by spinning the wheels.
In other words, maybe we might need to come up with something a little different for moving across this lake down here. Or sea at this point. It's a very big lake.
No, I think I can confirm the change is entirely on Keen's end.
Okay, so it's not Drago's.
It's almost worse without Dragos because, of course, we've lost any limitation to our acceleration and max speed with the aerodynamics turned off, and so you just spin out immediately. Oh, come on, I was being so gentle with the steering input there. Oh dear. Oh, intriguing. That was unexpected.
Oh,
Oh, that's interesting. So, whatever we've changed now means if I have the parking brake on, I can't do a nose stand on this Rover by hitting the gas while it's parked.
Okay, Keen.
Whoa.
that was exciting.
New record?
Yeah, mine, it actually did that for me.
1800! Woo! And the crowd goes wild.
I didn't even turn that sharp, and now the big rover just flipped over. What?
Meanwhile, I'm out here 45 meters a second on my old Mars rover, and I can't turn worth a dang.
This game.
I just got a cutting stunt bonus. I mean,
I'm doing 45 meters a second on the lake now, mind you, but... Alright, hang on, I gotta turn the wheels up here. Unlimited speed limit, go!
it was gonna be an easy street. Things were gonna work. We were just gonna go for a little bit.
Okay, I'm doing 60 meters a second and accelerating on this lake now, my rover.
Yeah, well, that's because aerodynamics off has removed resistance against you doing that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whatever you do, touch the steering.
No, I've got my wheel hard over right now, and I'm not...
Oh, it's just not doing anything. Well, congratulations on going in a straight line.
Yeah, my wheels are actually not turning. Like, I can see them physically, the models are not turning at all with the wheel hard over.
I can't go in a straight line, you see.
The only steering I can do is completely gyro-based right now.
Yeah, and as I slow down, look at my front wheels turn more and more and more.
Mm-hmm.
What have they changed? This isn't friction-based, it's speed-based. And that's why we're having so much trouble.
Because I'm doing 92 meters a
The
second
faster
right
you
now.
go, the less you can turn, regardless of what surface you're on.
Oh, regardless of what surface. Okay, let me try. As soon as I can safely decelerate.
I can't even paste the big rover back in because I don't have the DLC.
God.
Brutal. Why did that break this time?
I barely was turning and it flipped over. This game.
Did you break anything, or do you just need me to flip it over?
It's no, it's the miner is broken again. The solar panels are broken.
Yeah,
Piston is broken.
I can confirm, even if it doesn't even matter what surface you're on. Like if you do a wheelie and adjust your steering while you've got your nose up in the air.
It still does it, yeah.
Yeah, the wheels are not turning at all at 70, 80 meters a second.
You're right, Huggin. There was there was many of car models that do it. It's a fairly standard thing that cars have a steering rack, these electronic steering rack that adjusts based on how fast you're going. But it was also, more importantly, a popular script for a while, the driver assist script.
Get out of here, stalker.
Which would adjust friction and steering angle based on steering return. And it was back when we had steering speed as a setting, and I hate the fact that they've got rid of it. But it was back when we had control over how fast the wheels would steer, and the script would control that, and it would make the steering move more slowly the faster you were going, like less responsive. It wouldn't change the maximum and minimum, it would just make it less responsive.
Wait, what?
Yeah, just in relation to the Steam Award, I noticed that Kino asked to be nominated for the Labour of Love Award. Hades is the game you should be supporting.
Sorry.
Hades. Paid once for it. It was updated consistently over a 2-year period. Only got better and better and better. Was worth hundreds of hours and didn't cost very much. Don't vote for Keen.
What on earth is it doing?
You know what? I'm wondering if that's why we're seeing the steering wheels being janky, because it's trying to do the full turn, but then the game is coming back and saying, no, you can't turn that full turn because of your speed.
These are changes that you should make before your game is released. This is stuff that this is beta problems, not a game that's released and selling DLC every 3 months problems. It's
like I'm
frustrating. What they're doing to this game, it's seriously frustrating how much they keep breaking this game.
That explains all the problems I was having last night during the race, because every time I was trying to do a turn at speed, it felt like it wasn't turning. And that's why, because they've nerfed the steering angle at higher speeds. They've literally made it so you can't race in their racing update.
Now that is very interesting. It is hard-coded into the wheels themselves and not into the cockpit, because even the multi-grid control script can't override it. Even the Spider, which of course with this many wheels has grip, can't turn properly, because it won't turn the wheels. I'm only going 28 meters a second as well, and this is my steering angle.
What?
If I slow down...
What?
They changed the steering controls and then host a race based upon those adjusted steering
Those
controls.
changes,
Yeah. Those steering controls were changed to make that race better. And what it's done is thrown out of whack all the designs that have been made up until this point.
I wouldn't say
Oh,
better
man.
necessarily. Can't corner in that thing.
I just tried to paste in the rover, the big rover, and apparently it exploded
Alright, well,
and caused a huge hole in the ground.
wheels. Speed limit, maximum.
Trust me, it doesn't help.
I'm intrigued to see whether or not the spider can do it on the ice.
Yeah, should be able to. I was able to get up to pretty much about 100.
Oh, it's got some good
wonder.
acceleration, to be fair.
I had to be careful over here.
I haven't touched the steering input or the mouse this entire time, by the way, stream. All I've done is held W.
Whereas on my end, all I'm doing is just using the gyro to steer at this point.
I think they've made the friction do the same thing. That's what's happening. If I stop and actually just drive forwards, the spider almost gives an attempt at wheeling. And if I brake, it really lifts itself up. But if I make that same adjustment, I get myself up to a decent speed, and then try and do the same thing, I can barely affect it.
Get out of here, stalker.
Okay, so we're going decent speed. Set the brakes. Okay, that's not too bad. Stopping distance on the spider is impressive.
How's that solar panel clip? What?
Whoa! Okay. It's even weirder when I'm not the one doing it.
So it was starting to get dark.
There's solar panels clipped through blocks on the. Oh, good grief.
You say ground vehicles and space engineers is an oxymoron. They literally just release an update all about it. So whether or not that's the case, they can no longer make that argument. One of their DLCs is based around ground vehicles entirely. Look at this! I can't steer! No, this is nothing. Absolutely nothing to do with Drago. It's nothing to do with the aerodynamics mod. The aerodynamics mod has got some weird stuff going on with character speed. That is it. And that's easy to turn off. The rest of this is on...
On thin ice.
Spacebar, how?
I don't know. That's what I've been talking about for the past 5-10 minutes. I just pasted it in. Like
Just saw that.
two blocks above the ground and it exploded.
Wow.
I have no idea.
You really need.
Race you up there.
This game.
I don't know how we ended up with blocks inside of blocks, but
Yeah, I don't know. I'm hesitant to try it again, or I might explode again.
I think I won.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I had a pretty big bounce there.
Oh, it worked that time.
I'm glad that it's Keen's brain dead wheels instead of Drago's script, to be honest.
Quick, spider! Curl! Curl for all you're worth! Oh my god. That is the most moronic change ever. It's alright, there's one worse than the wheels. And I've just realised why. I didn't realise previously. I thought it was a minor annoyance. Now I found out why it's a major annoyance. You know how when you control click on a bar to get it to adjust it,
behavior.
and they've changed that behavior. So this is for chat. When I control click on this to set a manual value, look what it does behind the box. It's changed that value as I control clicked on it. Which is fine, unless of course, like with the spider, half of your rotor group is negative and half of your rotor group is positive. So every time you click on it to change the value, it changes all the rotors by default.
Which means, in other words, you have to be very careful where you click on the slider, especially with pistons and rotors. Because one wrong click and kaboom. Someone was mentioning that in the cave earlier today.
All right, well.
Hey, Keen. A suggestion for you. Instead of emailing me a month in advance of your upcoming DLC, giving me all the details of what's in this DLC, its release date, and then giving me a disclosure at the bottom that says I cannot talk about it, nor can I even request a key for it until a week after it's been released, how about instead of that, you give me access to it, I stream it a bit, and we fix all the stupid problems with it, because I'll actually test it, unlike you guys.
It's not like they listen to their...
Because even
CTG
yesterday,
anyways.
during our charity stream, where we went, you know what, we'll start off with the race scenario that Keen have provided, what do you think happened with that race scenario? The race scenario that supports 8 players, and is clearly designed for the Xbox, which has recently got support for 8 players. Oh right, that's right, whoever was the last player to join didn't get spawned properly in the right location and couldn't take part in the race. Because they made a scenario for 8 players and then never tested it with 8 players. Because why would you?
Well, not to mention also all the problems we were having just to get multiplayer and letting last.
Well, yes, because they also never thought about people putting it on a dedicated server. Why would anybody do that? Xbox can't do that, so why would anybody do that? So as soon as you put it on a dedicated server, all the scripting breaks, and you have to let yourself out of all the doors manually, and like the race start events don't work properly, and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, but the thing is, Xbox is getting dedicated servers and scripts.
Oh,
And
they're so
potentially-
very ready for that.
And potentially mods.
Yeah, because that's going to go well for the Xbox.
They're testing mod.io for mods.
No, I mean that considering the resource demands that mods can put on the game,
No, I know.
of a game that is already messed up the PC version when they had to put their little memory tricks in to get it to work.
Wasted,
on the Xbox.
Wasted was a member of their closed testing group and has signed NDAs all around it and so on, and would have happily provided them testing had they paid any attention to that closed testing group whatsoever, but they routinely didn't. Right up until the point where they moved over to doing all of their closed testing group stuff on Discord and didn't say a word for 9 months to any of the people that were using the forum they had set up. And then after a while, people started making posts saying like, are Keen literally not even seeing this at all anymore? And one of them finally replied and said, yeah, we've moved over to Discord now.
Shocker.
Like 9 months worth of bug reports from a closed testing group completely ignored because they've moved over to Discord now. Like, they barely paid any attention to it anyway, but... What the... This thing just flips itself around on its own.
Shocked, I tell you, shocked.
Shocked!
No, not that shocked.
Alright, Fry.
Yeah, I mean,
What's
I've
frustrating as well is the actual race map, even with the
map.
niggeries that it had, you know, the weird problems, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. But they managed to completely balls it up everywhere else. How?
Can I also just say the cloud of particles coming off of that spider when you get it going on the ice is legendary.
Yep, it's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Because you didn't want to see.
Yeah, well, let me get into the draft here. Well, I'm not gonna be able to. This thing can't catch up with it, but spacebar can.
Big surprise. I held W for a while. Now I'm sideways and upside down. Alright, yeah, but given that this is where we've ended up and we're getting a bit salty, let's move over to actually testing. Should we go and see if this is the same on other planets?
Yeah.
Yep, sure.
Oh yeah, let's just for lols, before we do that, I'm going to turn, as someone just suggested in chat, I'm going to turn Inertia tensor on these wheels.
Yeah! That was impressive.
That blew up my cockpit.
It's still clunging through the air as it goes here. That was impressive. I
wasn't aware that I had such a violent end of the world button.
Wow.
That was, yeah.
Dramatic.
Mm-hmm. And it left a pretty sizable hole from what I could see. Oh, yeah. and one-shotted space out of the cockpit, too.
Yeah, the funny thing about that is, I wasn't even really that close to it.
Yeah, no, you're a fair distance away from it. I caught that on my view.
Like,
Are you still going?
I've just stopped. I'm upside down in a vehicle that you'd look at it now and think nothing had happened. You'd think, oh, that was vicious, but at least it's all come to rest and everything's normal. Holy moly, I'm so glad I saw that on my Rover before I did it on my Rover I just built. Yeah, don't press that button. That button apparently is Keen's Easter egg in this patch. It's called, I want my vehicle removed from the game, please, Keen. Button.
This lake bed is just littered with parts of Spider everywhere now.
Like, out of interest, if I was to go through and, say, take out this vehicle, because obviously this is one that Keen provided in there. What happens? It's only got 4 wheels. Nothing too silly here. Let's share inertia tensor, shall we?
You man.
It's fine.
Well,
It makes it only capable of driving at 2 meters a second, and it behaves very weird when you turn. But why didn't my brain? Why didn't you explode? You say wheels not on subgrids. It's not it, Drago.
Connection problem.
Yeah, blueprint problem.
Oh, yeah, and the best part, I was timed perfectly. I had X held down.
Ah, shush your whining, it's fine.
It was making for some very interesting vehicle control. Oh, the lightning is started up while it's perfectly clear outside again.
This is me accelerating forwards as hard as I can.
Hey, I mean, you're leaving tracks on the ground.
Oh boy.
I think what Keen have done here, if I'm seeing this right, is basically make their friction slider mean absolutely nothing below a certain point. Like, it might as well not exist. I think below about 10%, it might as well not be a slider because you can't move with it. Alright, now for the test. Yeah, bucking Bronco has been achieved. Why does this exist as an option? Oh, can I do it enough that I can fly with it? Have they inadvertently given us a way of flying without realizing?
Mm-hmm. I suspect so. Certainly in a low G environment.
There seems to be a certain, like, rotational technique you can get going that gets you a decent amount of air.
Mm-hmm.
Whee!
I don't understand why that setting exists.
If you can't actually use it, why would you have that?
Well, not only that, especially as if you turn it on, you can never turn it off again, because if you do so, your vehicle's just broken from then on. And has clangy, spinny wheels that don't do anything. Why?
Why does it want to roll while you're turning? It's so stupid.
No, it doesn't have a gyro, Ty Wolf.
Do a little dance.
Especially when you're in a vehicle that under no circumstances should be capable of rolling in a turn. Like, I've got a very low center of vehicle, low center of gravity vehicle, and it still wants to flip.
Sorry, blueprints. Alright, let's try the unflippable. What do we call it? Finding it's going to be a bit tricky. There we go. Oh, that's kind of GT version.
Oh, I wonder if that still works.
Oh yeah. What do we call it?
The Brodozer!
Brodozer, yeah. Splat.
Now known as the Wheelie Dozer, or whatever you call this. Because apparently I can just keep this going indefinitely. It's exactly the right weight and thrust combo to just go in circles on the outside set of wheels only. Ooh, give me that. Yeah, still kind of unflippable.
Well, as much as I hate to call it, unfortunately I'm falling asleep and I think we've reached the end of productive, for me at least.
Alright, man.
But happy testing with the new wheels settings. Yay. And thank you everybody for coming along and witnessing our whatever this is tonight.
All right. Well, an old blueprint of mine is actually working a little bit better now. Kind of.
Oh, this is kind of working out. I had to set my height offset really low. Oh.
You said the magic words. This is working really well.
Hey, the spears worked. Oh, I'm stuck.
Yeah, so it has.
What? But what? What? How am I stuck? It's almost like the spear is actually in. What?
Yeah, let's not worry about calculating collision, shall we? That's something we can do another time. Right, should we see whether or not other planets are a bit more friendly? Yeah, that does seem to be going okay. Spacebar up until, well, yeah, okay, I'll take it back. Goodbye. Ow! I did not deserve that.
You are completely stretched on my screen now. What?
I don't know what just happened, but you killed me good and proper.
You're... Hang on.
You have to share a screenshot or something of whatever's going on, because
Yeah,
clearly
that's...
something weird's happening.
You know,
Freaking Discord.
I have a vehicle that might be relatively immune to what's going on here with the steering problems.
Your body was stretched. Like I didn't get a screenshot of it when I first hit you, but you were stuck in my spear, and then your whole body got stretched.
This is me, I think.
I don't think they changed the 1x1 wheels. I think the little wheels have not been changed because I can turn on a dime with this thing right now.
Yeah, I can confirm. The second the bulldozer gets out in a lake, it's not about to roll or spin out. It just goes in a straight line forever. Cannot turn at all. I've got the steering jammed hard left. And look at that actual steering angle we're getting out of it. They've hard baked in now, like the center of mass thing, a steering angle limitation based upon how fast you're going.
Except on the 1x1 wheels, or something weird with this Rover I've got. Because this thing is definitely turning at speed. I'm going to take it down the lake and see what it does. I'm going to survive its impact.
Turning circle of about a mile.
I just want to stop.
Okay, this is now... That's not gyro steering.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
cranking
again-
up the steering angle makes no difference. You don't have a say over this.
My buggy, now that I'm on the ice, is running like crap.
Mm-hmm.
But you can barely tell I'm turning.
It's fine when I have my gyro on. Ish.
Even steering override is affected by it. As I speed up, I can see the angle getting less and less, and then if I slow down,
It gets more and more.
but still hold that same direction, look at those wheels turn in more and more as I slow down. To the point we're now hopping sideways. And my wheels have jammed themselves pointing left for no apparent reason. And if I get in and out of the cockpit, it's going to fix it, right? No, they just jammed themselves left. Probably because I overdid the steering angle. I'd love to know what reasoning they thought made this a good change to make. But it's almost to the point now where you might as well take away the settings because it's clear that we're not allowed to use them anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I found jumping helps clear when the wheels get stuck in something as well. I mean, I don't imagine it's going to be any different on a different planet, but I guess we can go and try it. In fact, for the benefit of the doubt, what would probably make the most sense is to load up a world that is completely vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, why is that, Wolf? A creative game on Star System with nothing loaded. And change a thing. Okay, so the dash script is able to override it. That's a good sign, because that suggests that scripts will be able to override it if they don't sort it out themselves. Yeah, Joel, today's episode of Vanguard ran into the fact that Keen have recently updated the game, and it was getting really, really tough to honestly stay in character, while also trying to deal with the fact that they've really messed up the position we were currently in. Yeah, that's a nice big bit of ice, this'll do.
Kinda glad we're actually able to get everything back to base now.
Yeah, spawn point should be up.
Yep, just waiting for it to load up on my end.
I went into my Ice Racer mod world, and interestingly enough, there's no dust clouds. I figured that the way I set those skis up, there would be. Huh. Oh, no, but it's clanging out. Uh-oh. Let's get out of here.
So what's the deal?
Well, this one seems to be a bit more immune when it's driving on land to the wheel turning problems. On the ice, it's still just as bad, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, trying to load in.
No, it's exactly the same deal. If I hold forwards, I'm holding forwards and, for everyone on stream, I'm holding forwards and right at the same time. Look at the front wheel. Front right hand wheel. Look at it change angle depending on how fast the game thinks I'm going. If I could get some speed up, I would demonstrate what happens if I actually had some speed and then tried to turn. Alright, now we've got some decent speed. Now look at the angle it's going to. You can barely see it. And watch that angle increase as we slow down. Which inevitably causes you to spin in circles because it's doing the donuts for you. It's an automatic donut machine.
By 30, you've got next to no steering, and at 50, it's completely gone.
Yep.
And 20 seems to be about the range where it starts to really begin to fall off.
Yeah, it feels like they've secretly tried to nick the driver assist script without mentioning it. And they've done a really terrible job of it. I can't even drive in a straight line. In fact, I can just spin indefinitely just by holding W at this point. Oh, there you go, it stopped, and we're spinning again. Round and round. All I'm doing is holding W. That's straight, nice and straight. Still holding W. Yeah, whatever. How long's this going to last before it decides, out of nowhere, that we're going to spin around? We're turning left a bit. We're getting some good speed up. Still turning left. Not sure why. Let's try turning right to counter it. I can just about counter it. That's full right lock. Let go. Oh, we're going a straight line now. In fact, no, we're steering slightly to the right. Almost like Space Engineers' wheels can't quite center themselves properly. Let's try steering left and see if it persists to then go left. Nope. Right, let's turn before we hit the edge of the lake. I'm holding the turn. I guess if your intent was to solve the question that people ask, why can't I hold forwards all the time and still steer without rolling over? This has fixed that. No, Ivan, they got rid of those.
Yep, can confirm. The vehicle in this setup bypasses the steering limitation problems.
But with 1x1s.
Yeah, apparently so, yep. Or just the fact I've got these canned at a 45-degree angle compared to everything else. At 50, I can actually turn this vehicle even though the main wheels don't look like they're spinning much or turning much.
Oh god, we turned down, and of course that meant that suddenly I had insane turning ability and turned on the dime.
I can't even spawn in. The spawn screen is still loading for me.
The middle of the world. Yeah, so this is definitely two changes. One, definitely something's up with ice as far as
Yeah.
the friction that they've got applied to it, for sure. Because this thing, like I said, it drives perfectly fine on land still, but take it on the ice and I can't turn a darn at speed.
Yeah, there's a change on ice, and now we've got something similar to their center of mass adjustment. Alongside that, we have a steering angle adjustment based upon how fast you're going.
Hey.
Oh, that's a good point. Yes. If you get fast enough, I think you get to the point where you basically can't steer. I can't even see the... Oh no, there is an ever so slight
It'll be like a degree
canter.
at most.
There's like a degree of canter, yeah.
I've noticed vehicles with gyros when they're turned on seem to help. But I guess that's because the gyro's fighting against flipping over.
Well, that's all the stuff I was testing on the last world were gyros, and even they were managing to flip over still.
Hmm.
There it is, ground crawler. Let's see if that changes. That'll be a good test vehicle for the ice. Point in the right direction.
I did inertia tensor again. It looks like basically that button is a blow up any wheeled vehicle Wastender's designed button.
Have wheels always had to share inertia
No.
tensors? Hmm.
Yeah, there's a bit of a skid to this now. And just even looking at normal block interactions on stuff with ice. Looks like it's moving around a fair bit now.
What the?
I'm not saying they targeted me specifically. I said they've added a button in that lets me blow up my own vehicles. Specifically designed for mutilating any vehicle with too many wheels, apparently.
Like moving at a meter a second, I can see there's actual skid to this vehicle that didn't have it before on the ice.
Yeah, I think I've got now my new favourite self-destruct button. And it is the spider. Warning. Inertia tensor incoming. Back!
Yeah, you see that. But technically I live. Quasi. Ah, one little leg got blown off.
One little leg got blown off, he says.
One tiny little foot. It was beached on the side of it, so. No, if you want to see something interesting, it's this thing on the land.
So violent. Right, let me think. Do we have any... Was the flapping? Surely the... Oh no, it's FL4. Yeah, no, I remember. There's not really anywhere to put a cockpit on this. Bolt. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm kind of liking what this is done to this particular vehicle.
Interesting. When I'm
That's-
moving, I can't lift the rotor up either. If I start traveling forwards, you see that the flap on the front? Now I'm traveling forwards. If I press that button, it won't go up. It's trying to go up, but it won't. But you can see as I stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it might be the power actually. Hey. I mean, that's never going to behave right because it was designed to be used with a rotor mod that doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't work anymore. Those overpowered rotors. You can't do battle bots since they broke that. Sad. Let me think. What else is blatantly going to blow up?
I think that's going to be it for me tonight as well.
Yeah, I was going to end with a big explosion of some sort.
Oh.
We're basically getting towards the end of normal time anyway, and I need to clearly look into how to fix some of these problems, because, well, not problems, but what are we going to do with Vanguard when literally everything we've done for the last couple of episodes has suddenly become completely useless?
Mm-hmm.
It just means I need to apparently design this vehicle in Vanguard, I guess.
This one's going to explode, no question.
Here, come try to blow me up.
Look at the wheels just straighten themselves out as I go faster. Why, Keen? Why did you decide that this was a thing that needed to happen? I don't understand. If people are rolling their rovers, make them build better rovers or drive more sensibly. Don't nerf everybody's rovers. Yeah, I think so, Drago, by the looks of things, because it sounds like mods are, if it's done via a script, it overrides that problem. Right, where are we looking? That way looks about right. Looking good. And inertia tensor! Oh, so close!
So close.
Man, that thing makes one hell of a hole when it goes bang.
Mm-hmm.
Inadvertently gave me a new weapon, they did.
Weaponized clang.
Just put too many wheels too close together and turn inertia tensor on, and this is what you get. I understand where you're coming from, Danny, but what's changed is the speed at which it happens. By the time you reach 50 meters a second, you can barely turn at all. That's because I was driving on gyro. Fire's gone. Well, guys, thank you for joining us tonight, even though it wasn't much of a Vanguard episode. More of a frustration episode and a discovery in some of the other elements that have come into this particular patch. If you guys want to see some of the more positive stuff, you can go and check it out over on Twitch, because we were streaming for the charity stream last night and it involved messing around on the Crashlands Raceway map, and actually that was quite a lot of fun, to be fair. Like, that did work, but tonight's not so much. Tonight's has been a bit awkward, especially when it's blooming Vanguard, so it's very hard to work around when things randomly change, because you're supposed to try and do it in roleplay. And it's like, how on earth are you supposed to roleplay that a whole bunch of vehicles we had last time now aren't working?
EMP.
Yeah, without any warning? Where do I get a convincing EMP from out of nowhere?
I don't know.
I don't have an EMP in the hat.
I have a feeling you're about to drop one upon me.
This is not an EMP. This is anything but an EMP. If EMPs work like this, you're doing it wrong. Hey, at least we managed to get an episode in. I was a bit concerned that we wouldn't get anything in today, given the charity stream last night. But yeah, if you guys missed that, go and check that over out on Twitch. You can see it from a few of our POVs, at least. Sadly, Spacebar wasn't. Well, I fucked up and wasn't able to get him in, but next time, perhaps. Cheers for joining us, guys. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Spacebar. Mr. Farrell, for your company at the very least during this. I think that's probably the most valuable thing out of all of this. I don't think we necessarily made progress, but I appreciate the metaphorical shoulder to cry on as we discovered what was going on.
The strange ways of updates.
Yeah, I need to make sure that I find a better way of covering over them with roleplay in the future stuff, I think. Like, have a plan for how to deal with it if things are a bit weird. Well, guys, please hit the like button for me. It really helps out. Make sure you go and check out these two wonderful fellows that have been with me for the end of the stream over on their respective channels. You can find them down below, but they are Spacebar the Salty and Farrell1701 over on Twitch. And we will see you... Oh, sorry, Farrell, go ahead.
You didn't turn the PCU limits off in the world?
No, I didn't turn the PCU limits off on the world, so there you go. That's as far as a Lotus can get.
No, I started spamming the base defenders.
Oh well. I found my ignore PCU limits button. Whether you did or not is another question.
You mean the one that I can't use because I'm not admin?
Ah, perfect.
It's okay. I got a little decent umbrella out.
There's something a bit weird about the fact that this particular Lotus is entirely in like yellow and red, like primary colors Lego style. There's something a little bit. I also forgot to turn trash cleanup off, so I suspect a decent number of those projectiles have disappeared as well. Oh well, come on Lotus, you've almost made it. It stopped projecting again as well. It's had enough. This is what Keen would do to the Lotus if they had a choice. Look at him. Gits.
Oh yeah, you're all the way down there. Okay, never mind. This will be an unopposed landing.
Oh, I was aiming for the, Oh, you're over there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was aiming for the welcome center.
No, this is where I've been doing my rover testing over there.
Realize.
I don't see anything yet. Uh-oh, I'm streaming.
It's all going to miss completely, and it stopped projecting, like, halfway down, because PCU limits or something. I don't know. Disappointing. We'll have a mini bombing from the Lotus. If you guys want to see more of this, and it being built alongside Farrell trying to make a solution that actually worked pretty well to fight back against it, that's on another stream over on the channel.
Oh, that missed by a long shot.
It missed by miles, yeah. I didn't really set it up particularly well. At least we get a nice little flash across the lake. Oh, and now, of course, my PCU has dropped. And because this one comes down on a parachute, it just continues to drop above until you kill it. Right, cheers, guys. Been an absolute pleasure. We will see you all during the week or next week for some shenanigans. Take care, everybody.